Like OnlyFans.
Like Amazon?
No, like OnlyFans.
Like OnlyFans.
Are you familiar with that platform?
OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Like only the 3 people that voted on your Facebook page for ugly sweaters?
No, it's a different OnlyFans.
Bless his heart.
You'll have to Google that when you leave here again.
Safe search.
That and
off.
members only jackets.
I'm going to chat GPT it.
Oh, do that.
Welcome, Ben. Where are you from? Where'd you grow up? Who are you? Who's Ben?
Ben Henwood.
Ben?
Yes, Ben Henwood. I was born in Wichita and lived here till I was 5 years old. Moved to Washington State. My father worked for Boeing Aircraft.
Do you know what hospital you were born at?
No.
Oh.
Wesley.
One that's still standing.
How do you know?
Yeah. Grew up in Washington State, graduated in 93, and spent summers as a child back in Wichita because my grandparents and uncle, cousins lived here.
Okay.
So was fortunate enough to grow up being able to be around my family, extended family. So had a lot of great memories of Wichita. So after I graduated high school, I decided I had enough of the parental areas. So
the parental units.
So did you rebel your way to Wichita, Kansas? Or did you go somewhere else?
Yeah, graduated and
stayed here.
Drove out.
You're like,
2
forget
middle
Washington.
fingers in the air.
No.
Wichita.
Drove out to Wichita. I was like, this seems like a smart idea. Let me leave this boring state of rivers and mountains and forest and activities.
Snow.
And I'm going to drive to Satan's butthole flat, Kansas, and spend the rest of my life here and die. Seems like a good idea.
So you're in retail sales, mostly.
Yeah. After college.
And then where did you go to college?
Manhattan Christian College for a couple of years.
Okay. And then and you finished, you obviously didn't finish there?
No. I'm a proud dropout.
Okay.
Got married.
Sounds like a recipe for entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, no, I mean, like my wife and I got married.
Not everyone.
I was just like, I don't feel like I want to do youth ministry anymore. So I was like, just trying to find your path. I mean, I was young, and then moved back to Wichita. I was working. My first job was Basinger Police Supply back here.
Okay.
Wow.
And this was like the old school days when he had the mobile vans.
I worked out of the mobile vans and I sold cell phones.
Yeah, and that was cool until winter. And it was like,
And then it was really cool.
It was like, hi, it's 10 degrees outside, and this door is open, and my little ambulance light's going on.
Ambulance light going.
And, the van's running, and every
That's why you
going.
can stay in that cold bath for 3 minutes. You were accustomed to it from then.
Yeah, realized this sucks.
You sold cell phones out of the Basinger van.
Yes.
That's exactly what I did.
After cell phones, took a job at Midwest TV and Appliance. Mm-hmm. So it was like electronics, appliances, furniture. Worked my way up to assistant manager. Left because the manager was just kind of a bad human.
Like a pickle?
I mean, like they had a record of like once you made management, like you just quit working and you basically just delegated everything
else.
and you just made a check. And so I quit after a while and went to work for Horton's Carpet.
So that brings us full circle into this flooring
business
that we have now.
And I worked there for about 5 years, learning the business, and learned a lot along the way and had an opportunity to branch out.
Okay, so one of my favorite stories that you've told me over the years of us knowing each other is how you would go and prospect for customers at Lowe's. So if you could, was it Lowe's or Home Depot?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, give everybody this story. This is awesome, Chris.
Sure.
You're gonna love it.
So the guy that I left Horton's for to go to work, worked there for a couple years, and
would you describe Horton's as a chick magnet?
It wasn't the buffet
or a homeowner magnet.
That would be the blue hair magnet. If you smell like moths and you have white to blue hair, that was your clientele. So I left and I went and started up an installation business. So I was installing hard surface, so tile, wood, anything other than carpet. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, I literally just like quit. So I
didn't know how to do that?
Yeah.
like with your hands.
That wasn't a very
you did-
confident, yeah.
Well, no, it sounds like my sandwich story where it was like retail sales.
Hey, you figured it
retail,
out, and he figured it
boom.
out.
Well, I mean,
Laying flooring
well, I
and
mean,
installation.
all of us in the room are
You're
hustlers.
gifted. You're gifted.
He took the Saturday class that they offer at Home Depot and then went to work.
Yeah, pre-YouTube.
He totally did a Bay Singer Subway move right there.
So,
totally.
I mean, I'd been installing
Right?
some stuff on the side, or working on projects at my house. So I had a pretty
And
solid
you didn't
understanding.
even have YouTube.
Yeah, pre-YouTube.
No YouTube.
So like you just up and quit, and I'm married, 3 kids, and I was like, man, I need income. So if I didn't have anything on the books, I would literally just go to Lowe's and hang out in the flooring area, and I'd find some people wondrously aiming. And since there's no one that really helps you at big box stores, but hey, you look like you're lost. And they're like, yeah. I'm like, hey, tell me about what you're working on. And they're like, oh, I'm doing this. I'm like, do you have anyone to install it? Oh, no, we need someone. I'm like, great news. I can do this.
That's brilliant.
Yep.
So how did that lead from where you are today? How did you get from there to where you are now?
So we were installing, hired a helper, and we were doing more, and loved it. Absolutely love installing, because it fills me, because it's like instant gratification.
Installing flooring,
because it's like, you work your 10-hour day or whatever, and at the end of the day, you're like, you can see what you did.
progress. Yep.
But like for you, me, it's like
Intangible.
we
Sort of.
process papers now.
Excel spreadsheets.
Like at the end of the day, you're like,
Performance.
I moved
P&Ls.
12 files from the left side of my keyboard to the right side of my keyboard. Riveting day.
Digitally. Well, I do anyway.
Yeah,
Not old school.
you're extra.
Yeah.
I can't believe you just called somebody extra, but
Look at those glasses.
Look at Lesley. Lesley has you have cool glasses. All of you have cool.
No, seriously.
Your
Today I
glasses
did.
are cooler,
I did
and
switch.
Leslie's are awesome.
I did switch glasses today because I was like, I knew the competition I was up against.
Leslie's glasses look like they could literally sparkle with the I Dream of Genie.
I think if you turn the lights off, they might.
I
love
think
'em.
that
I
we
love
should
'em.
get like
They're
some
great.
kind of sidekick from Specs.
Jason at Specs.
Yep. Come on,
Calling
Jason.
you out.
We got all of our
Is that
glasses
where you
on
got your
here.
glasses at?
I know.
Chris, God, we're trying to get, sponsorship here, and then you're
I could if I had a discount code from Specs. See Jason.
all right.
these
We
at
need
Specs.
Jason on our podcast.
I did get these at Specs because
I
the only
did
place
too.
I could find matted red glasses.
No.
I ordered some from the internet and had to send them back.
You're like, these are not primary red.
Yeah, lame. Anyhow, so tell us where. So you're laying flooring. It's fulfilling because you can see the progress.
Hurts like heck.
Yeah.
And that's where is that where you got into ice baths and cryo? No,
No, I wish I would have known about him.
it would have been better for you.
100%. Yeah. No, so the guy that I was working for, I'd left because like no matter how much I did, it's just my income never increased. So it's like chasing this carrot at the end of a pole, and so finally had enough. I was like, screw it, I'll quit. Went out, was installing, and got a phone call from him saying, hey, would you be interested in buying the business? He had hired a guy, just didn't have like the full trust and everything. He's like, Ben, he's like, I should have never let you go. How about I sell you?
Is this Hortons? No, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So he's
This
like, I
is-
should sell you the business. And so he did. He owner financed it and sold me.
Was it called Designer Home Gallery?
United Flooring Mills.
United Flooring
Mills.
Mills.
It was owned by a gentleman out of Missouri, and it's just tough owning a business 6 hours away.
So you're
Absolutely.
you're the story where you ended up getting to buy the company you worked for.
yes.
More or
So
less.
so when I left Hortons and I bought this, or I went to work for this guy, he was selling flooring through franchises or distributors, or no, what do we call it? I don't remember. It was a franchise or something else. So you could buy in, and you owned your own like little handboards of carpet and everything. So if you were a fire flood restoration company, a remodeler, a realtor, whatever you want, you could buy flooring direct, like wholesale. So I was like, okay, cool. It's very different than retail at a flooring store. So I was like, okay, this will be great to learn. So went to Lowe's, got some 2x4s, plywood, built some shelves in my garage. So I had to have a place to like store all this product. So I had my own samples, and then wired up a phone line in the basement, went to Office Max, got a ready to assemble desk, and went to Dillon's, got a phone book, and I opened up a laptop and a phone, and I just went to like Contractors A, and I just cold called the phone book. Just like literally just like cold call, like A Contractors. We're like, sounds like a good one to start with. So it's like, hey, Ben Henwood with United Flooring Mills. Do you use flooring regularly in your business? Yeah. Hey, fantastic. I have an opportunity for you to buy flooring at factory direct prices. I'd love to set up a meeting with you. And he's like, oh, okay. How about Friday? I was like, hey, sure. What time? I was like, well, today's Tuesday. I didn't make any money today. So I just like call the next guy and just call the next guy until I'd get like 2 appointments that day. And then you're always trying to fill your calendar for the rest of the week or the following week. So built that big enough where we outgrew my house. So we,
Your garage.
Yeah, my garage. And we ended up getting a warehouse in downtown Wichita, outgrew that, and then moved to the building we are currently at 530 North Hydraulic.
Wow. So Ben's got a great gallery. If you haven't visited, Designer Home Gallery, it's off of, it's by the highway. So it's off of
Central and Hydraulic.
Yep. Just off of
I-35.
I-35, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he's got lots of cool stuff. My wife and I are actually building a house right now, and we've been into Ben's shop a couple times, and we were just talking about him last night, actually, because he does have some really unique stuff for people who wear bold red glasses and kind of like things that are a little bit poppy. This is the guy for sure. Do you guys think that there are people who should not start a business like there are people who are standing on the stage auditioning for American Idol who should totally not be singing? And how do you help them determine which one they are? Because you know how it was. Maybe you watch American Idol when it first kicked off, and there's people on the stage that they thought they were the Michael Jackson. And like,
Mommy told you were good way too long.
Yeah. Like,
Mommy was also tone deaf.
And it was way the opposite. How do you help someone navigate that? Like, am I fit for this? Am I not? Like these people you're trying to help. I mean, I've
had people where I'm like, they've shared. I'm trying to think of a recent one. I can't remember the specifics, but it was another realtor in town, and she also is a designer, and she said she was going to get her contractor's license, and I was like, kick butt, like girl power, like this is awesome.
But you said that you would be Simon Cowell on American Idol.
But I'm like, so. Okay. But my question is, that's
pretty big then.
My question is like, why? Like, why do you need it? I had another person. He came to me. He says, "Hey Ben, can I come meet with you at your office? I want to bounce an idea off you." And he's sharing this really cool idea. And I'm like, it's a really cool idea. Is it solving a problem? Because I mean, like, this is a cool idea, but you're just like the FU money clients. I mean, that's what he was marketing to, FU clients. But I'm like, I don't know if you're solving a problem for 99% of people building a home.
So you would use that as your driving factor behind creating a business.
Yeah.
Does it solve a problem?
Yeah. Are you simplifying? Are you streamlining? I mean, like, you are the non-traditional mortgage guy now. You're the mortgage punk who is like trying to solve a problem in the industry. So when it gets down to the end of the wire, you're not going to miss closing.
People are happy.
Yeah. So, but
Buying
it's just
the
like,
American dream.
What problem was he solving other than this is really cool?
Yeah, you can't just do it for
So I'm like, it's really cool. So I'm like, okay, so like, let's take that down. Like, so now that's like your top tier package. So like, can you alter this idea to where it's more something that people would do? Like, like a digital rendering, you can virtually walk your house. I mean, maybe it's like, you have an Oculus and you can draw the prints and you can walk the house and, see everything in scale. But he was like talking about like overhead projectors shooting down, on a warehouse floor where you could like virtually walk the house.
It's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. Do you need it?
Well,
there's a lot of things that we buy that we don't need. And some of it is just for status or ego or just because it's cool or.
But maybe that didn't do it. I don't know.
I mean, so there's things where I'm like, I love it. I don't understand it, but I'm not your client. And so I said, hey, go call these 3 builders who are high-end builders, talk to them and see if you're solving their client's problem.
So is that your advice? Is that your answer to my question and your advice to the people watching that are thinking about, have contemplated, or might be contemplating starting a business? Is that what you would tell them? Make sure that you're solving a problem.
I think, are you doing it different? I mean, if you're doing it different, like that can solve a problem.
Kind of like going from horse and buggy to like a car. That's different.
Yeah, it's different. I mean, and like I said, people objected, I'm sure.
And it solved the problem.
Yeah, I like cars and I like indoor plumbing. And I was like, I don't want a horse and I don't want an outhouse,
But there's different levels of that. I mean, does anybody need a Rolls Royce or does, that type of thing? No, I mean, they could have got by in a Chevy Malibu. Mm-hmm. But there's still, I mean, we were talking expensive
Leslie,
faucets the other day.
In the world, I mean,
it has to be things that people strive for and people want just because they want it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's like starting a business is difficult. So, I just, like I will call Lesley on stuff. She's a sounding board. Mm-hmm. I respect her wisdom and her experiences, her success, her failure. So, when you find a tribe, like I try to keep that tribe
like
close.
Other BNI presidents and things like that.
Okay, but my favorite call is you calling me going, do you think that this is too gray of an area when you're going to talk about your wood on social media videos? And I said, you're actually calling me to decide if this is going to be PC or not? Like, I mean, I do keep my social media stuff pretty family friendly.
I am super PG.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have to be that when we're together privately and we can have whatever fun jokes that we want or a fuck ton of cherries at the Candle Club. I mean,
did she say a fudge ton of cherries?
Yes, a fudge ton. It's actually about this big of a bucket. Courtesy of Sarah at the Candle. But, I mean, we can say those things and we can have those conversations, but I really thought it was funny. So tell Chris a little bit about this video that I'm referring to.
So we were at work and, like we'll put like the International Day of calendar and just trying to like plan social media content out, like what's coming up, National Day of whatever. And I was like, April Fool's is coming up. I'm like, okay. It was like 2 weeks away, 2.5 weeks away maybe. And I was like, okay, what could we do that's April Fool's? I was like, oh, we could say like we're closing down Designer's Home Gallery.
It's a pretty big one.
And we're going to go more to like a platform-based streaming thing, like OnlyFans.
Like Amazon?
No, like OnlyFans.
Like OnlyFans.
Are you familiar with that platform?
OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Like only the 3 people that voted on your Facebook page for ugly sweaters?
No, it's a different OnlyFans.
Bless his heart.
You'll have to Google that when you leave here again.
Safe search.
That and
off.
members only jackets.
I'm going to chat GPT it.
Oh, do that.
And tell it to answer me in Chris language, version, slang, punk-ish.
So I bought a website, onlywood.info, and got a landing page made.
Only wood.
So, yeah, it's like OnlyFans, but it's only wood.
Oh, Chris, I love you. Ben, he's still not getting it.
He's like,
I'm kind of processing.
he's
that
like
a little bit.
little.
There's a number of different directions that could go, and so
It's like
Straight ahead.
I am trying to put the best golly gee
a little bit like Kelly.
poop
And my
spin on that, and
No. Okay.
So we'll send you the video later. So no, basically,
do you have more than 3 views on it?
yeah, there's a lot of views.
See, that's how you do.
Hell, I watched it at least 3 times.
You watched it.
She showed it at a team meeting. So she's like, "Hey, so I'm gonna show you girls a friend of mine." It's like I don't know half her team there because they're all new, and
Was
I'm
it like a?
That's awesome. What a great way to introduce Ben Henwood to the ladies of
Yes.
Wichita.
On his
so you brought him in.
onlywoodfans.com.
I wrote the script, so it is it's a informational video on wood trends
Okay.
and
Wood.
why
Like this kind of wood that is in front of us.
We need to pan in on Chris's face during this.
so, why you need wood in your life.
Wood's cool.
Chris,
look
follow
at
along.
wood
I
every
am
day.
a fan of my wood.
Great. Your golf wood? I don't think they're
No.
called that. They're called drivers now.
Chris, you have 4 kids. How do
call
you not
wood.
understand this?
The only wood I'm thinking of in my brain right now is the flooring we're trying to pick for our new house.
Oh, bless you.
So
With Ben.
some
Are you familiar
people
with Freud?
So some people have narrow wood or thin wood. But the in-demand thing,
This sounds like it's really.
women
I don't think I want to know.
like thick wood. They like girth. They want something
Hardwood.
wide, not soft.
How do you know?
You want
How do you know?
He learned it at the buckle.
Oh, shoot. Ben Henwood, thank you for coming to our brand new podcast and
And for
subjecting
sharing the world
yourself
of wood
to
with Chris.
craziness and another BNI president for one more week.
You're welcome.
My
number 2
stats aren't
president.
in yet, but they're going to be in at the end of this week.
For 2. Okay, that's a wrap.
All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Bye, everyone. See you
Bye.
later. Peace
Thanks.
out. Bye.